Hey, what's up, everybody? Sorry, 1 second. Just doing a science fair project thing. Hey, what's up, Chris?
Up?
Hey, how you doing?
Pretty good, man. Sorry, I don't have a video camera. I just got a mic, so.
That is perfectly fine. Wait 1 second. We are actually live. I
Oh,
just now started it. I had to get myself a beer, which I probably shouldn't be drinking in front of you because you're 16.
dude, don't worry about it, man. I don't care. I'm drinking my water right here. I'm all good.
So, usually at the beginning, not a lot of people show up, so we're just gonna talk. But are you paying attention at all to the EICMA, the Milan, Italy motorcycle show at all?
Not really, but I did see your video about the scramblers. Those things look really good, especially the cafe one.
Yeah, the Ducati Scrambler Cafe Racer. I like how they're actually putting out some stuff, but it's kind of what I wanted to talk about today because I started making videos and it's a lot of work. So there's like a lot of new bikes that came out. Like Yamaha came out with their own version of a cafe racer, and
Really?
yeah. Let me go ahead and grab a link. It's actually pretty cool. I'm gonna put it in the chat.
Yeah,
If I can
sounds
find
good.
the chat. There.
Want to take a look at this? Sounds interesting.
Are you in the side panel or are you in the we have our own Google Hangout side panel so we can chat with each other because we're so cool.
Actually, I just mute the YouTube and look at the chat box. Oh wow, that's actually pretty cool. I like the tail design. That looks pretty cool.
I actually like the Yamaha better than the Ducati. And was it Husqvarna? I think that's how you say it. I did a video a while back on their concept bikes and they were going to be releasing them. And it turns out they actually did. Their Cafe and Scrambler, to be quite honest, I mean, it's only a 401cc, like a 390cc. It looks better than the Ducati Scrambler.
I like the bars and the whole tack on the Ducati Scrambler. That thing looks the bars are so tight. Like it looks pretty cool,
Yeah, it looks really nice. Like I want the desert sled just because, but they raised the price. I mean, it's like $12,000. It's almost like my Harley. But man, it looks so nice. I think it'd do well, but everyone that's been commenting has said that it's probably just gonna break, that you need to get like a dirt bike, and I don't care. I mean, I'm taking.
What are they talking about, the Harley?
No, the Ducati Scrambler. Like they say that.
Oh yeah.
It needs more reinforcement and stuff for what they want you to do with it. Like whatever.
I mean, I guess that's what you get when you pay for the Ducati lifestyle, Snowcat, man.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I'm posting there's another one. It's the Husqvarna, I think it's called, the Vitpilen. That's the cafe racer. And I actually found out like Vitpilen means like white arrow. So like the cafe racer is white, and then the Svartpilen is called black arrow.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's the only color for the Scrambler.
Husqvarna looks pretty sleek. It's a good looking bike. I don't like the colors on it though.
Yeah, there's only like that white color. I mean, there's a concept bike that, I think it's going to be produced. It looks really good.
I don't know how I feel about those concept bikes. I really don't know what to think,
Yeah.
I think they're a little bit far-fetched, but that's just me.
They look a little different.
The front end it's wide. It's way too wide, I think. It's kind of got that, late 90s GSXR kind of look. Big wide front end, but yeah, it's pretty cool.
Trying to find the actual, like everyone is talking about the Vitpilen. No one's really talking about the Scrambler ones. I think the Scrambler one looks really cool. I'm trying to find pictures of it. But that's basically what I've been doing all day today. was looking up all the new bikes and thinking about what I could talk about and stuff, but that's just how it is. I mean, you do motovlogs, right?
Actually, no, I don't.
No.
I spent all my money on the bike and gear, and I have none left over.
That's the way you should do it. You start off with gear. Don't start motovlogging. This is your first bike though, right?
Yeah, that is true. See, what I did was it was the summertime, like the beginning of summer. I went out, I bought my helmet and bought gloves, worked my ass off the whole summer, and then let's see, it'd be a month yesterday is when I got the bike.
It's a 1996.
Yep, Kawasaki Ninja 250.
It looks all retro.
You know what? It really is.
Wait,
But you know, it's
right?
a good bike to learn on. Yeah, it's older than me by far. Like it's got a couple years.
Oh wow. No, that's cool, man. You enjoying it?
Yeah, for the most part. It's gonna suck when winter hits. I'm on that East Coast life, you know.
Oh, what time
Gets
is it
cold
over
as
there?
fuck down here. Oh, right now it's 7 o'clock.
Oh, okay. So it's not too crazy. So
Well, I mean it's really dark. Sun sets at like 5 o'clock now. It's
oh
crazy.
yeah. Yeah, after this, like I usually go off and like do some other things, like I'll walk my dog and whatnot. But now that it's wintertime, it's getting like super dark. So
What is the winter like in Arizona? I've actually never been there.
it's where I'm at in Yuma is just a dry cold, if that makes sense. There's like no rain. But like any other part of Arizona, it actually gets rain. So like there'll be either snow, rain, or stuff like that, humidity. But it's like perfect weather. That's why everyone comes down here to where I'm at. It's perfect weather to go off road and to do that kind of stuff. Like Glamis, the dunes is like a massive, like, you know, Monster Energy and all those big companies go out there. Like everyone like travels across Southwest United States to go there. And it's just like dunes everywhere. And it's like perfect weather because it never rains. So it's just like really soft sand and it's cool out. And I think the low it'll get like for like 1 week would be like 30 to 40 degrees, high of like 80. So it's like perfect weather.
Yeah, I mean, I'd get a dirt bike if there were more opportunities to ride dirt around here. My friend actually, he has a dirt bike and he takes it up to New Hampshire and he only gets to take it up, you know, every so often. He can't just go out and ride in his backyard or anything. And I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, get a street bike. What are you doing? Like, how are you supposed to enjoy the bike if you can only get out on it, you know, so many times a month, right? You know?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I got a freaking street bike and then I can actually go off road. So that's why I converted. I'm serious. Like I can like right here where I'm at, I can go probably like a quarter of a mile and I have full open access to desert. It's crazy.
Wow, that's amazing. Like I said, my cousin lives out in Yuma. I'm not sure where. I just know that he lives out there in Yuma. He's got the DRZ 400, I think is what it is.
That's actually like one I was looking at of like wanting to buy. So
Really?
yeah, just to have like a smaller dual sport bike because I mean my Harley's fun and all, but it's pretty heavy. So it's
How
not
much does that 1200 weigh? I mean, I tried sitting it on a Harley at the dealership and I was like, holy shit.
It is I think like 500 pounds without gas, like 496.
Ooh, that's pretty rough.
And it's got like a 3-inch clearance. So it's not good, especially for off-road.
Plus, how much do they cost off the showroom floor?
What I got, I think like with taxes and everything, was close to 14 grand. It was
Wow, that's
yeah, I got the 1200 Nightster back in 2012, 2011, something like that.
Jeez, that's rough, dude.
It is. And that's what I was saying. It's like, you know, I want the desert sled and it's coming out for like 11.5. I mean, it's only like, yeah, $1,500 less. But then again, you know, you get all the extra stuff and you actually get, you know, a computer system like Harley. It's just, you got brakes and that's cool. And then,
Yeah.
yeah, there's so much more with the desert sled. But it's also 400cc less, and I don't know. I think for what you use, Ducati's expensive too. You're also paying for the name.
Yeah, see, the way I look at it is that when I go to upgrade from my 250, what I first bike I saw was the 2017 R6, and I'm like, damn. But here's the thing: is I'll never be able to afford it ever. I bet I could get a used one off Craigslist, but the new one I probably will never be able to afford. At least now, I'm only 16 and everything, so
Yeah,
I ain't making no
getting a
six
bike.
figures.
Yeah, getting a bike at 16 is that's not a lot of people do that. So that's pretty cool.
That yeah, especially here in
Yeah.
Massachusetts, the drivers are shitty dry. You got shitty drive. It's like Florida almost. Get all those road rage videos coming out of Florida, people running over bikes. It's crazy.
Oh
It's almost the
yeah.
same here.
Just the type of
Nobody
people.
looks, nobody uses turn signals. It's pretty bad, pretty brutal. Oh yeah, the roads are trash here too.
Jeez. Well, good thing you're starting on a 250. Maybe you should get a scrambler for those roads.
Hey, I mean, yeah, I think that ought to do the trick.
Yeah, man. No, it's been a crazy like week for motorcycle news. So you ever think about getting into motovlogging though?
I'd love to, but I I see how much of a pain in the ass it is to like edit videos and like keep a schedule. Like I mean, what? You're a motovlogger, right, dude?
Yeah,
It's a pain in the ass,
it
isn't
is
it?
a pain in the ass. Yes, it is. It's a different beast altogether. If I had to do it all over again, I would probably not motovlog. I would find something else that I'm good at and then post videos of that because it's like you don't really want to start off vlogging. That's like the hardest thing to get started. Shit, I've been doing this for over two
Plus, I
years
can't afford a
now.
GoPro.
Yeah, I mean,
Really?
I've been doing it since I got my helmet, like right before. No, yeah, right when I got my helmet, and I got that 2 summers ago, something like that. So I'm doing it for a long time. I mean, not seriously, but I've been making videos for a long time.
Well, I mean, your content quality is pretty good for like a YouTuber your size, subscriber wise. Like your content's really,
Shit.
really good.
Thanks, brah. But
Like the quality, like the drone shots,
that
it's pretty amazing, dude.
that's the hard part. I mean, I literally had to treat it like a business. Like I had to treat it like I need to make money or I'm not going to eat type business. So, I mean, I'm not making money like that much anyways, but it's like I have to put out quality in the drone. Like I spent like $500 on a drone just to have it fly in the air and follow me around. But
Yeah, but
yeah,
it looks
thanks,
pretty
man.
fucking cool.
I mean, I bet you couldn't do it out there with all the trees. I mean, we have zero trees if you could tell from the videos. But yeah, I would
Yeah,
go
that
through
that
that
is
road.
true. I'd be scared that somebody's gonna like do something to the drone or I'm gonna crash it because I'm a dumbass and I
That's what I
just
did.
kind of like the bike. I'm scared to drop it or crash it because I spent 800 of my own money on this bike.
And it actually ran. Like what? Like tell me about your bike. Like how many miles and stuff does it have? Because I mean, was
All
it
right, so
96? So that's 20 years old, right? It's 20.
it was yeah. I saw this ad on Craigslist. The guy was asking $1,200, and I was like, I talked to my dad. I was like, Dad, this is a good looking bike. I think we should go take a look at it. And he was like, yeah, okay, set up a time. So we got everything in the works. Went to the bank, pulled out the cash. My dad, we were originally gonna stay at like 1,000. Like, obviously, we're not gonna pay 1,200 because that's a retail price, believe it or not, for
Yeah.
these bikes. So we went into it with $1,000 cash, and we got there, talked to the guy. He was a college kid, real nice kid. Um, he was going to like law school and everything to be a cop or whatever. So
Hmm.
it was a nice guy, nice place. And he brings the bike out. He starts it up. Everything's nice. It's all good. Gave him 1,000 cash, and he brought it home for us too. Like he put it in his truck, and he was like, "Yeah, no problem."
Wow.
And that was it. All said and done. Bike's perfect, ready to ride. Only thing I had to do was adjust the idle. The idle was pretty high for some reason, but yeah, it's fine. Other than that, no problems.
So you know how to
It's
work
got
on bikes then? I
10,000
mean,
miles. Well, no, no, that's I gotta learn. I mean, I have a friend who ride. I got a couple friends who rides. My dad used to ride, but he's a Harley guy. He doesn't like my sport bike, so.
Oh, I think it looks pretty cool. I mean, it's like old enough to where it actually does look old. Like, to be honest,
Yeah,
it's like all
it
blocky and
definitely.
everything.
Yeah,
I think that
it's a
looks cool.
classic, that's for sure. I mean, I only got it because it was cheap. I mean, that was like the real reason. It's because I got it was cheap. I was gonna look at a YZF 600.
Uh-huh.
I was gonna look at some other bikes. So let's see, I'm trying to remember, like some CBR 600 F4Is, mostly like pre-gen super sports.
Uh-huh.
But I think I made the right decision going for the 250.
Oh yeah. I mean, do you feel like you're out like growing a 250 at this point? I mean, how long did you get that? Like, how long ago did you get that? I mean, this is probably gonna help a few people because
About a
I've been
month
getting
ago is when I bought the bike. I
a month
think
now.
I think everybody should start on a 250 if they can start on a 250, or if they really want to start riding well. I think the argument that people present for not getting a 600 is definitely true. Don't get a 600. I feel like
It's too much,
that
or
is definitely true. It's definitely way too much because I'm shocked at the power of my 250. But then again, it's my first time like ever getting on a motorcycle, so
oh, okay.
I mean, it
So
seems like a lot at first. It
yeah,
really does, but I bet once I get to it, it'll feel like a little scooter or something.
you have no experience at all with motors. Like you literally learned how to ride with this bike.
Nope. All right. So when I was young, like a young kid, never gave
Uh-huh.
two shits about motorcycles until about a year ago. I was like, I saw some YouTubers like Snowcat, and I was like, damn, those those bikes are cooler than cars. I mean, they go fast, and they're like
Yeah.
half the damn price of like a supercar. And I learned. I didn't know anything about sport bikes, so I taught myself different makes, different models, what's good, what's bad, what's big, what's small. What goes fast.
Hmm.
And I basically taught myself on the knowledge. I said, you know what, I want a bike one day, and I did it. Got a job, and I did it.
That's impressive. Not a lot of people do that, especially knowing that you should probably start off on a 250, not get a 600. So yeah, like
Yeah, I feel if I had gotten the 600 instead, I would have probably crashed and died.
I kind of did the same thing as you, but I started off on a 1200 cc Sportster. But then
Really?
again,
That was your
yeah,
first bike, the
that was-
1200
I
Sportster? Wow.
yeah, I
When did you start
seriously.
riding?
Well, I got divorced. I mean, I'm a lot older than you, so I got divorced. My buddy, he had a Sportster, and I was watching him ride, and we were hanging out like a lot now that things were like that, and he didn't really convince me, but he did a good job pushing me towards a motorcycle. So I went to the Harley dealership, and I already had a good job and everything, so I was able to put a small down payment on it, and I bought it, and I literally had them send it to me because I didn't have a motorcycle license at the time, and I've never rode, so I didn't want to like take off from the dealership and freaking crash right in front of them. So I had them deliver it to me, and then that night I was just going in the neighborhood, and there's like a bunch of cul-de-sacs, so I was like learning. It was an empty neighborhood. It's like a brand new development, so I just took the bike out slowly, kept it in first, second gear, practiced, and then taught myself how to ride within like 2 hours. I mean, I already knew how to drive because of a stick shift truck that I had. So I understood the clutch and everything is just reversed because, your hand versus your foot. But yeah, that's what I did. And that's how I started. And I still have that bike. That's the same bike that I'm taking off road and acting like an idiot with.
Yeah, let's see. When I first got the bike home, it took me, I'd say, a good 2 days before I started learning how to use the clutch smoothly. And I can do pretty short, like short dime turns, panic stops. I've been doing a lot of those.
Mhm.
And I mean, I'm a lot better than the first day, that's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. So you bought
I just
gear.
kept stalling. It was
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
bought gear before I bought the bike.
yeah. So what kind of gear did you get? Like a full face helmet? I mean, I'm looking at
Yep.
your thing. I already know the answer, but no
Yeah,
one
I got
else.
the K3SV and the SP8s gloves from Alpine Stars. Yet to buy a jacket because
Hmm.
I'm poor.
Yeah.
So that's going on the Christmas list.
Yeah,
So
that's
Christmas
a
is
big
the
thing.
excuse to get all the motorcycle gear you couldn't afford.
Yeah, it's a huge thing. The jacket, I would say the jacket, glove. Well, I'd start off with helmet and gloves are the number one, and after
Yeah,
that
for sure. I
jacket.
mean,
Oh no, yeah, go ahead. Hey, there's a bunch of people
sorry,
actually.
sorry, I cut you off. Sorry, I'm sorry. I don't cheap out on things I know are like important.
Hmm.
Like, so I went and bought probably the best gear for the money. I'd say like Alpine Stars is great in my opinion. The
Hmm.
helmet, Icon. I really wanted the Icon Dark Alliance, but it didn't fit me, so I got the AGV instead. And I think AGV is a great helmet maker. What do you have for a helmet?
I have a Bell
Forget.
Bullet. It's a Bell helmets, and then I have a Fly Trekker. I mean, I got the Trekker from my buddy. Uh, it wasn't like I paid like probably I don't remember like $50 for it because I got a KLR 650 a while back and I wanted a dual sport helmet, so that's what I've been using now. But yeah, Fly and Bell are pretty reputable brands.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't want to cheap out on a helmet. I really wanted to get like I had like a budget of like 300 for like gloves and a helmet, and I spent 300 on the gloves and the helmet actually in total. So I nailed the budget, and I think I made a good choice for the helmet.
Oh yeah, AGV. Like I always thought. I mean, AGV their logo. I mean, I'm pretty bad. Like I'm a sucker for good marketing because I figure if you put a lot of
Yeah.
effort into like a good logo, good marketing and stuff, then maybe your products are pretty good. But then again, you do your research. But AGV, their logo looks pretty like low end. But I heard that they're really good. So I mean, I can't
Yeah,
really
it looks
knock
kind of dumb. I'm not gonna lie, it does look kind of stupid. It's like, a
them
little Italian kind of going on here. Like, I
Yeah.
don't even know what the fuck to call it. But it is a good helmet. It's comfortable. I tried on there was another helmet. It was CD or Sedici. I think it was Sedici was the other helmet.
Uh-huh.
And AGV was just by far the more comfortable option. But if I had more money, I probably would have gotten a Shui or
Oh,
like
those are expensive. Like
yeah, they're
depending,
like six
depending.
hundred bucks. I'm like, Jesus.
Look up REVZILLA Lazy Rider, chance to win money. There you go. Jack Swatman is saying in the chat to go look it up.
All right, let me go give this a look right now. See what we got. What is it? A helmet or like a
I,
jacket? Like what
I'm
do we
guessing
got?
it's I'm gonna look it up too. I'm guessing it's like a sweepstakes.
Oh yeah. Oh, I see that
Holiday
now.
payroll giveaway. Oh, so it looks like it's close. I don't know, but
Yeah, he's right. Helmets are expensive.
they
Arkham Creed. Helmets
they
are
are
expensive. That is fucking true.
they are a big part though. I mean, I've seen some people's heads like cracked open from calls. So I mean,
Oh
the
yeah.
helmet is a
Yeah, I
huge
looked up
thing.
on Google Images and that shit nasty.
Yeah, that's the one place you probably shouldn't look. It's like our motorcycle safe Google Images, and you see like dead people and skinned. It's nasty.
Oh yeah, it was disgusting.
Yeah, so I mean, you need to get some shoes. Like, are you looking at like moto boots, moto shoes at all?
Yeah, actually, what I'm gonna ask for Christmas is only three things. A jacket, the Alpine Stars SMX6 boots, and a visor for my helmet because the clear one sucks.
So you're
Not
getting.
sure what jacket I want though.
I want to look up those boots. MX. Stars MX what?
SMX6
Oh,
Alpine Stars.
SMX.
SMX6.
I forgot you're a sport bike rider.
Yep, yep,
I got my
that is true. That's me.
yeah. No, they look good. I mean, shoot, that's a lot of protection. So you actually want to go boots instead of shoes. You're not one of
Oh
those
yeah, for
dudes that
sure.
want like Converse and like a back protector and they call it a day.
No, that's not really me. Like I said, I don't cheap out when it comes to like things that are important, like gear. Like I'm not gonna cheap out. I'm gonna try and get the best of the best for like the
It'll
best
last.
price. You know what I'm saying?
It'll last you for a while unless you.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. They'll last and they'll protect my body somewhat in a crash.
Mm-hmm.
for the most part.
Yeah, good jacket, and then good boots are really big. I've seen some people's like not from motorcycle accidents, but their ankles get ripped apart easily in car accidents and stuff. So yeah, good pair of boots. Especially my buddy, he got sideswiped by a car while riding, and it crushed his ankle. So like having a good pair of boots is
Jesus.
good. Are you looking Arkham's like there's transition visors? Have you looked into that? I mean, they're pretty expensive. They're really expensive, actually.
Yeah, this is AGV visors, or at least for my helmet, it's the GT2 visor. For some reason, they're $50 just to get a just for a smoked visor, no anti-fog, no anti-scratch, just a basic smoked visor is $50. And like iridium is 70, and the anti-scratch, like anti-fog ones are starting at 70, and they go up to like
That's
I think
crazy.
like 109.
That's why a
Like
lot
I'm
of
not gonna pay $100 for a visor.
yeah, that's why a lot of people just like bring a pair of sunglasses with a clear visor, but it doesn't look as cool. So you gotta have.
Oh yeah, you see that's the whole thing about sport bikes is you're going for cool. It's the cool
Yeah,
factor. It's not
it's
about what works the most. It's about the
mhm.
most expensive and the coolest looking. Am I right?
It's got to be cool and functional. That's kind of what I did. That's why everything's so expensive. I finally got like full gear after 2 years of riding. Then again, I thought I didn't need it, but then I started seeing motorcycle accidents at work. So
Yeah. So you're a fireman, right? I mean,
yeah,
obviously, no,
yeah, true firefighter. It's not just my like gamer tag, wanting to be a
Yeah,
firefighter or
yeah.
something.
I figured out. Dan the fireman. Must be a cool name, right?
Yeah,
Couldn't possibly be a real firefighter.
yeah. I've seen some nasty stuff, man. So full gear. Jack was talking about some Kevlar jeans right there, and yeah, I'd get some at minimum Kevlar and then padded, with some armor jeans. So Jack, you ground away your kneecap. He says from personal experience. I hope that's not true.
Oh yeah.
That kind of sucks. Oh, and there's like a 20-second delay, so once I say that, it's gonna take 20 seconds for him to see what I say. But yeah, it's you get an armor, like you like thinking about when I see the boots and everything, and you're talking about the jacket, but like, I mean, the armor itself, I mean, sometimes it doesn't come with a jacket. Are you looking like?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna get a jacket with armor, like
Yeah.
for sure. Like I was looking at waterproof jackets, like because it's gonna be cold
Mm-hmm.
soon. So I'm thinking I'm not gonna ride. Like, don't get me, I'm not gonna ride when it's like 20 degrees or it's like snow on the ground. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I'm looking like for maybe like 40 degrees at the most is like the lowest temperature I'll ride at. I've heard
Yeah.
it's very uncomfortable to ride when it's cold outside.
Yeah. I don't know how. I mean, how cold does it get out there, and how hot? Because you're slowly going to build your gear, and you're going to realize you need to have like at least two kinds of gear for summer and winter.
Yeah, right now it's 40 degrees and it's nighttime, but the forecast for this week is actually looking pretty decent with low 50s and high 50 temperatures, except Saturday.
Um,
Saturday is going to be 43, so. And once the winter hits, it gets to be like 30, 20. The January, February, it gets like negatives, like
shit.
low 10s. Yeah, it gets pretty rough.
So you're probably gonna have to like
And in the
winterproof your
mornings
bike.
it's yeah, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do for that.
Yeah.
I still gotta figure all this this stuff out. I don't know if I'm gonna winterize it and just not ride it, but I'm gonna try and ride it as much as I can because believe it or not, I am the only kid with a sport bike in my whole town that goes to high school. It feels pretty good, you know. I'm the
Yeah,
only kid with a sport bike.
I remember someone when I was in high school, someone came up with a sport bike, and he was the only teenager to do it. I thought that was pretty cool, but then again, back then I didn't really care. I just wanted to get out of school. But yeah,
Yeah,
he was the only
my friend's
one.
got a Honda Shadow.
Oh, so
Sorry, I cut you off, dude.
no, that's fine. So he has what is that, a cruiser? I think it's a cruiser.
Yeah, he's got a cruiser, and I'm sitting over here with a sport bike. He doesn't like crotch rockets, and I'm just like, well, we're still really good friends though, even though he's got a cruiser and I'm on a sport bike.
Yeah. When you graduate
But
to
he's the only
something
kid
else.
right now.
Yeah.
He's the only kid right now with a bike. But once I start riding mine to school, I'll be the only kid with a sport bike, and it's gonna feel pretty good.
Yeah. You're gonna have to. You're straight up learning. Are you thinking about taking an MSF course at all, or are you just gonna YouTube?
Yeah, if I can afford it, because I gotta pay for driver's ed too, because I gotta get
Oh
my
yeah,
license soon.
I
Because
forgot.
I can't forget about cars too.
Oh
Because I gotta
shit.
take driver's ed. That's like 700, $600. MSF course is like $300. That's another $1,000 in education, and then I gotta get the license. Oh, getting old is like a process. Like you gotta pay money just to like age. It feels like to get like your license and shit.
Oh, so you're
That
going
makes any
for
sense.
drivers? You're doing a driver's class? You're not just gonna
Yeah,
go
I'm
to
gonna
the
have to. You
DMV?
have to do driver's ed. Yeah, you have to do
Really?
driver's ed in order to get your license when you turn 16 and a half.
Is that like a state law or a county
Yeah,
law?
it's a state requirement.
Wow.
Yep, it's a
Over
state
here,
requirement.
yeah, over here I was like 15 and a half, or I could have done it at 15 and a half, and just got like a learner's permit, and then 16 get a driver's license. I don't have to do anything other than take a written test at the
Yeah, see,
DMV.
it's lucky. You guys are lucky down there. They're not as
Yeah.
strict on it's funny because all the education they have up here for driving,
Uh-huh.
people still drive like shit, especially young kids
Oh
drive like
yeah.
shit. It's
Oh,
it's kind of,
yeah, I never understood the requirement to do all that stuff. I mean, like people drive like crap down here, and but you're having to pay like $700 for a freaking class.
oh yeah, it's really expensive. It's kind of ridiculous to tell you the truth.
Oh yeah, today's I voted today. So today's the election. I forgot. I took a nap. Like I fell
Oh,
asleep.
oh yeah, 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 yeah. Today's a shitty day, dude.
Oh man.
I'm scared. I'm honestly scared.
Yeah. I mean, right
Um,
now, I guess Trump is up. I mean, I don't want to talk
is
about
he
that.
really?
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
he
if you don't
won
want to
three out of
talk
four
politics, that's
states.
fine.
Yeah, it's like three out of four states. But I,
Really?
yeah, so I'm gonna be like watching this at the same time, kind of, because that's gonna suck. But anyways, no, it's pretty cool. I like how the subject switched. I actually changed the title of the of the on call Dan the Fireman
16-year-old new writer Q&A.
because it's actually good information. Like I did a video a little while back, like what you should do when you first start riding. And I was talking about getting gear, not moto vlogging, and pick the bike that you want. And it seems like you're actually doing all that stuff. And I think it's pretty good for new people out there that are wanting to get a bike to actually look at that, because you sound pretty smart for your age. And I'm freaking
My
13 years
grades
older
don't
than
show
you.
it. My grades do not show it.
School is school, whatever. That
Yeah, fuck school,
as long
dude.
as you get
Honestly.
yeah, as long as you get passing grades in school, I think that's all that really matters.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to tell my mom. She cares so much about my grades. I'm like, Mom, as long as I pass, it's okay. I'm not looking to go to college right away, anyways.
As
Just
long
don't
as
worry
you're a
about it.
hard worker, that's the thing. I mean, school kind of shows if you are a hard worker or not. But I mean, like, it's hard to explain. I mean, if you're gonna be an entrepreneur,
I'm
school
a hard
obviously.
worker for money. That's what I am. I'm a hard worker for money. Like you
Sounds
don't
like
have
it.
a
You seem
job
nuts.
just to go to have a job. You don't just have a job to have a job. You have a job to make money and provide a living for yourself, and to get money and buy things you want to buy. You don't get that at school. You
Yeah,
just get a bunch of stress in an education. Now that's valuable, but ugh,
yeah.
it's
You
a
have to go
lot. It's
through.
a lot.
You got to go through the hoops, though. And that's the thing. Are you planning on going to college and stuff with your bike and trying to show off there too?
Actually, my plan is to join the military when I turn 17. I'm going to join the
Oh
army.
wow.
Hopefully, wait till I graduate. They'll ship you out for basic, but I'm gonna sign up when I'm 17, enlist, just to enlist.
Yeah, I'd wait until
And
after this election, because if Hillary wins, I wouldn't want to join the army.
yeah, exactly. I'm kind of scared. That's why I'm kind of scared. Is because if Hillary wins, then I don't know how it's gonna be, how the military life is gonna be. You
Yeah.
know.
So back on track with motorcycles. I just had to throw in the politics. But
Yeah, I figured. I
yeah,
figured.
it's
I figured
that's
you want to talk
that's
about it.
that's crazy, dude. Like, yeah, so like a lot of kids, a lot of people, even adults my age, they'll go straight for like a 1200 or crazy super sport and wreck it within a month. But no, that's pretty cool, man. That you're going out and doing it the right way. Just sucks that you have to pay like $800 for a driver's ed class and then all that stuff. So how's insurance
that
on
is
that
true.
bike? Like, is insurance crazy on that bike? I mean,
Well,
it's 20 years old.
funny story is they quoted my dad because my dad's still got to get it registered and everything. You know, I've been practicing in my driveway. I haven't actually been out on the street yet, just to clarify.
Oh, you haven't been on the street yet?
But not like I've been on my street, like going up and down. You know,
No, that's smart.
like I said, I'm learning to ride. I don't want to go on the street because I don't want to get hit by a car or some shit. You know. But they quoted my dad at $125 a year.
Wow. Oh, a year. I thought you were about to say a month. I was like, holy crap.
Yeah, a year. But for a month, oh, you think that's expensive? I bet once I get added to the policy, it'll probably be like I see. I really don't know. I don't have anything to go off by. It'll probably be that price a month, maybe.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know. Insurance is extremely expensive down here.
I wonder how much insurance was for my parents when I was 16. But like if it was for him, obviously like $100-something, and have it's like bright light on my face. I'm watching the election too at the same time. It's super cheap for me now for my Harley, but I couldn't imagine when I was 16. That's crazy. $100, that's not bad at all. But yeah, then again, you're 16.
Yeah, but once I get on the plan, we're gonna get fucked.
Yeah. Brian asked, "What's the best insurance company for a motorcycle?" I have Geico, but since I'm a not hashtag, I was about to say hashtag. Since I'm a government employee for a municipality, I get a discount. So I get like I think 18% discount on my insurance. So I wouldn't know. I actually trying to look it up on my phone right now how much I'm paying a month. But because I know I'm paying more than $100 a year. I think I'm paying like $30 a month for my Harley. Full coverage though. So I mean that covers like theft, and I think it's like a $500 deductible.
Do they require you to have insurance in Arizona?
Yeah, it's required to have at least liability. But
oh, okay.
Yeah, I got a new car. I'm still paying off, so that's full coverage. And then my Harley, I just kept it at full coverage just in case I crashed it, which I think is smart.
Yeah,
I know a lot of people take just liability, and it's like you crash your bike.
Yeah, full coverage is probably the best way to go, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you're like me, where you spend all your money on the bike and you can't afford to fix it if you do crash it.
Yeah. It's a huge thing. I mean, have you dropped it yet? I mean, have you like got on the bike and forgot like the kickstand or like I don't know, accidentally left it in gear instead of neutral or something, started the bike and took off?
Oh, well, I've actually only dropped it once, but that was like the second or third day I had it, I think. I wasn't even moving. I was just turning around, like, you know, like moving. I wasn't like using the clutch or anything. I wasn't using the engine, and I can't remember really what happened. I just remember the bike being on the ground, the throttle going, and I was like, oh shit, I dropped it. And I was like, Dad, I dropped the bike. Help me get it up. There was a nice big gas stain on the ground, but didn't cause any damage, no scratches, no extra cracks. It was like a 0 mile per hour drop.
That's what I've done a few times.
I put it on the kickstand once. Thought I was in neutral and was actually in first. It didn't drop though. First day I had it, I didn't put the kickstand down all the way and almost lost it.
Yeah. It gets like magically.
I've had a couple close calls.
Once it gets off balance,
yeah,
it's super heavy.
Yeah, I noticed that if you're trying to turn around, like let's see, how can I explain this so I don't sound like an idiot? The slower you're going, like I noticed that when I went to the end of my driveway to turn around, before I was comfortable with like doing a full turnaround, I used to stop and like move it myself. I noticed that the bike gets really heavy. It gets really heavy when you stop like moving. I guess if that makes any sense.
No, it doesn't. It makes sense. Like that whole gyroscopic thing or whatever, the gyro
Yeah.
aspect of a bike, it wants to maintain balance and movement. So like the moment you stop, it turns into like a wet turd and wants to fall over. So it's so you penguin walking on the turns now, like you straight up are learning how
Oh
to
yeah.
ride.
I just go now. I just go and turn around like instantly. Like I learned how to do it comfortably.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like I can turn around on like a narrow street. My street's pretty narrow, and I can turn around in it without stopping.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's progress right there. And
It
another
is.
thing that new riders probably won't understand about sport bikes is they have absolutely no turning radius. There is no turning radius on a sport bike at all.
Yeah, that's the one thing I
It's
was having an issue
because
with the Harley too. I mean, it's pretty difficult to turn that thing. I think
the front.
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, you were saying. The front fairing on sport bikes, they don't move. Like the bars
No,
move,
yeah.
but the front fairing doesn't move, and it can. That I think that helps with the turning radius. That it's like basically non-existent. But at least with the Harley, you don't have like the
Yeah.
bars can like move all the way to the side of the frame. Well, not
Mhm.
all the way, but where am
Yeah,
I going
I
with
noticed
this?
that with yeah, I don't know. I noticed I noticed it with the KLR. Like I thought it was kind of weird having a fairing itself, and then I know what you mean. I know what you mean about that. There's a then again, it was tall. I mean, is this thing tall for you? Or are you like flat footed? Like like when I was
Oh,
on the KLR,
I
I
can
had
flat
like
foot this.
I was on one foot. Like I couldn't reach all the way around on the KLR. That was
I'm
freaking
actually a pretty
stupid of me.
short guy. I'm only like 5'7.5", 5'8".
Well, that's
But
you're
I
taller
can
than
bend
me.
my legs bent my legs foot on the 250. Before when I was looking at bikes, I was sitting on some Yamaha R6s. I can barely flat foot a Gixxer, and I cannot flat
Mhm.
foot an R6. But I can flat foot my 250 pretty well. I think the whole flat footing thing is pretty overrated.
It
Once you
is.
get
I
the
think so
balance for
too.
your bike, once you get the
Hmm.
balance for your bike, it doesn't really matter because like I remember when I first had my bike, I would always keep 2 feet on the ground, but now I can I've learned to put all the weight of the bike on one leg while I put the kickstand down without holding the handlebars or anything. So like I can do
Hmm.
all that with one foot, and you
No,
just kind of
yeah, I
learn how to do
agree.
that.
Yeah, I agree.
Like you're so scared you think you're gonna drop it, but if it's upright, it's pretty balanced. It's kind of weird. It's a weird feeling.
Yeah, like I said with the KLR, like I literally had to have I couldn't get 2 feet on the ground. I could only do one, and when I had one foot down, my leg was like wrapped around. If you ever saw like that short dude riding and he got to a stop, that was basically me on the KLR. And yeah, I agree. Like once you get used to it, the only time it's kind of scary is if you're brand new and you come to a stop and you still haven't learned like the clutch and stuff, and now you have to like try to get your foot down when it's too tall. I could see that, but once you get used to it, it's not that bad. So you can get pretty much any bike you want, tall or not. But I don't know. I can't really say too much. My Harley's super low. I can get both feet down, and I'm short. I'm 5'6", so it's not too bad. But yeah, I've gotten comments like, "What kind of bike I should get?" I'm like short. I'm tall, and I just tell them to get whatever they want, whatever they think looks cool and what they can afford.
Yeah, I made the mistake of asking a lot, um, like on forums and things, like, "Hey, what bike should I get for my first bike? What's the best first bike?" And um, it really depends on how much money you have. I think is really what it depends on because I was on a tight ass budget, like $1,000 was like as much as I could go,
Mm-hmm.
and I wanted to get a 600 because I figured I'd get tired of the 250, but all I could afford or all that really came up was a 250. So I was like, yeah, I'll go get a 250. It really, I think it's what you can afford and what you're willing to get.
Oh yeah,
It's kind of like a decision that you have to make. Nobody can make this decision for you other than yourself or maybe your parents. Like
yeah.
another good thing is convincing your parents to let you ride.
I was literally thinking
Um,
that because like I was thinking about doing like
yeah,
a little vlog on that,
I figured
but
I'd mention that. Um, what my theory is that I actually learned this from a Cycle Cruiser motovlog. I don't know if anybody knows
Oh,
him. I don't know if you
geez.
know him, but
Subscribe to
he
Jacob.
basically said he basically said just get a bike and don't tell him. Just take the MSF course and get a bike and don't tell him. And I mean, what I did was I told my dad, you know what? I was like, Dad, I want to get a bike. I'm gonna do it. And he was like, well, all right. And my mom, I basically told my mom that she had no say.
She
I
had no
didn't
say.
let anything she said affect me because in the end it was my money and I was gonna do whatever I wanted with it.
Oh
And I
man.
set the goal to get a motorcycle, and that's what I did. My mom, when my mom saw the bike, she was like, she just had a look on her face.
Yeah, yeah.
It
Oh
was
man.
like a really disappointed look. Um, but I haven't killed myself yet, so
That's good. Oh, obviously. um,
yeah.
Jacob.
Obviously, I'm still here to tell the story.
Yeah, Jacob Gibson. He wrote in the chat, "Hey, should I get a 600?" And then I asked, are you
Oh,
brand new to riding? And he said, "Yes, sir." I mean, you already answered that, but go, I want you to let him know. I mean, you did a good job. You had a great answer. I don't want to.
yeah. I said, you know what, Jacob, if you can afford a 600, go and buy a 600. All right. Don't do what I did. Don't go asking, should I get this bike? Just go get whatever you can afford. And I mean, if you think it's too much, or I mean, if you think a 600 isn't too much, then go ahead and get it. You know, it's whatever you can afford.
Yeah, that's good. And make sure, Jacob, I get gear too. Like that. I think
Oh
that
yeah,
plays in part of.
I say get gear first,
Yeah.
so that in case you end up spending more than you intended on a bike, you still have money for gear.
Hmm.
Definitely get gear out of the way because once you get a bike and you realize you can't afford gear, then you're shit out of luck.
Yeah, that's a huge thing.
Yeah, get what your heart desires. Exactly, Arkham Creed. Get what your heart desires. For me, it was a turbo Hayabusa, but I couldn't
Yeah.
afford one.
Yeah, the
I'm just kidding.
insurance
I'm
would
just kidding.
cost more than your freaking bike payment if you ever got that.
Exactly,
Oh my
exactly.
gosh. So like when I mean you said you want to go in the army, so obviously you're not going to buy a brand new bike like in the next
Yeah,
year.
that is true. I was not in a financial situation to buy a brand new bike.
Yeah, I live at right next to the Marine Corps Air Station Yuma. That's obviously for the Marines, and there's YPG, which is for the Army. But you see like a ton of military guys with bikes. Like that's like what they get instead of like a car or something. They'll get a bike. So you're probably going to get a bike to match if you join the Army or something. You're going to probably upgrade to something else.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm
But
definitely getting a second bike before I get a first car. I've kind of already made that decision because I don't want to keep the 250 for too long, and I know if I spend money on a car, then I won't. I'll probably never get a second bike. That's what I was saying. I had the option to get either a car or a bike, and I wanted to get the bike because I knew if I got the car, then I'd never follow through with getting a motorcycle.
mm-hmm.
But
How are you supposed to go
when I
on
do
dates,
go to,
man?
dude,
How are you supposed to go on
fuck
dates?
that. I got the motorcycle's the date, man.
That's true. So you're gonna go
You
to
know,
prom on a freaking motorcycle?
dude, probably. I mean, yeah, why not, right? Pop some wheelies, in front of all the chicks, right, man?
That's right. And then you show up alone because you dropped your date on the ground with that wheelie.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I do have an option for a first car. We have a '65 Ford Mustang convertible. We
Mhm.
daily it,
Oh,
like me and my dad,
dang.
like we daily it, like I mean, like at least 2, 3 times a week we're in the Mustang, doing things. 100,000 original miles, still going strong, no problems. Well, actually, we got a gas leak, but we gotta fix that. But we're planning on putting a 3-speed manual because I want my first car to be a manual, just like my bike. Because I feel like I don't want an automatic. I hate automatics. I just
So you
so
already
that'll probably be my first car, my real first car.
so you already know how to drive stick, I'm guessing.
I mean, yeah, if you consider if you consider, the bike is
Oh,
my
okay.
first stick car, then yeah, or stick vehicle or
So
whatever,
did you have
manual.
practice at all beforehand? Like with a
No, I actually I sat on the bike and I was like, Dad, I'm gonna learn how to use this clutch, and it took me like a day, and then I figured out how to use a clutch, at least on a bike.
yeah. So it's hard to get to. So when you say you stalled, as soon as you said that, I was thinking about when I was trying to learn how to drive my stick shift truck. I seriously stalled so much. And I used to still do it every once in a while.
Yeah, the reason why I was stalling it because I was letting out the clutch and not giving it any gas. I was afraid to give it gas for some reason, and then I realized, once like the bike starts to, move back or just, you know, it's weird because when you let out of the clutch, it starts to move on its own kind of, and then you
Hmm.
give it gas and then it starts like, really going. It was really hard to wrap my mind around at first, and it's kind of hard to explain. It's just something you got to figure out for
Yeah,
yourself,
I forgot what the term
to
is
be
called. It's
honest.
like there's a term for like when
Friction zone?
there you go.
Yeah.
You're smarter than I am.
I
Yeah,
doubt.
friction zone. Yeah, it's hard to learn, but once you get it, you kind of just understand. Like it's
Yeah, it's hard to explain it to like somebody who doesn't know how to like ride or drive like a stick vehicle. You can't explain it. It's
yeah.
just kind of something you learn how to do. It comes second nature. Like it really becomes second nature.
Oh man. So Trump is losing Florida right now.
Dude, unfortunately, Trump's gonna lose. I
I
believe that he
know.
isn't gonna be able to pull through on this one, and it's kind of, and I don't get me wrong. I don't think Trump is a good president. I really think
No,
he's a
but
shitty person. I
I
think
feel like
Hillary's even shittier.
yeah, she is.
We're fucked either way.
I think he would at least hire somebody to do a good job. That's the way I look at it. She just wants the power. But
I just wish we had more options. I
oh
mean,
yeah.
third parties don't count as more options, in my opinion. It's either a Republican or a Democrat. That's just how America works.
Hmm. Dang. So
In
you're all into this camp. Well, obviously you're gonna join the army, so you're kind of scared of Clinton right now. He wants to go to
yeah,
war
I
with
mean,
everybody.
yeah, pretty much, man. I don't know. It's just my dad's a police officer, so I support police. He's
Okay.
also a firearms instructor. I've been around guns half my life. I'm just I learned I grew up in a conservative kind of, area with,
Okay.
guns, police officers. It's just kind of a more conservative thing. Democrats, usually if you grow up in a Democratic family, you'll notice that your parents may not have a job. You might be unwell. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. you
Oh
know,
shit.
you'll know
Yeah.
if your family is conservative or Democratic. If it depends on how much they work and if they want handouts. Um,
Oh shit. Yeah, we went political real
okay.
quick.
Yeah. How about we take it down a notch, if you know what I
Yeah,
mean.
I mean we're pretty much gonna end it pretty soon. I got less than 5 minutes, and that's I got to help the kids with the science fair project and a few other things. Plus, I want to hang out before they have to go to bed. But
Yeah.
oh yeah, it's 6 here. It's like what 8 there, close to 8.
Yep. It's almost 8 o'clock.
So it's like next. It's really close to your bedtime then, right?
You really got me there, dude. You got me there. Mommy wants me to bed at
It's a school night, so
nine
I want
o'clock,
to keep
right
you
on
up.
the dot. Yeah. Actually, I had election day off today, which was nice, so I could see the world slowly destroy itself.
Oh, okay, that's nice.
But I also
Oh
have
man,
Veterans Day off, so I got 2 days off this week.
I think I actually have to work that day.
Today's a good week.
So your dad,
Or
you
this week is a
understand
good
shift
week.
work. Your dad probably works a lot of shifts that are random.
Yeah, my dad's actually working the polls tonight. My dad's like a part-time cop now. He doesn't do full-time anymore. Like he patrols on weekends. He does
Uh,
like all like elections and things like that, like public functions. So he has a day job, but for the most part, he's home. Thank God.
Yeah, I worked yesterday. I work tomorrow. Tomorrow's bike night here locally, and I got to work it. I couldn't get a day off. And then I work Veterans Day. Just random shit. Sometimes I work Christmas. Sometimes I work Thanksgiving. All that stuff.
Man, Christmas would suck, dude.
Yeah, it kind of did. Like we'll be just sitting around like, okay, and then you get called to like a house, and like grandma's having a heart attack at freaking Christmas with
Jeez,
all the
that's
kids around.
depressing.
Yeah. So let's end it on that. Ended on freaking the election and grandma having a heart attack on Christmas.
Oh my god, that's a shitty way to end the live stream, dude.
No, it was good,
Jesus.
man. Thanks for joining. If you're available next week, I'm gonna probably do another Tuesday, possibly Thursday.
Dude,
But
you betcha. I'll
same
be
time.
here, man. I'll be here.
This is good. I enjoyed it. I'm sure a lot of people got some good information from a 16-year-old rider, new rider that dropped his bike,
Yep.
turning around.
Yep.
But,
Yeah. Not even going any speed. You know,
less than a half a
wasn't
mile.
even moving.
Yep. All right, man. I'm gonna go ahead and click end or stop the broadcast and stuff. But I hope everyone rides safe. Hope you ride safe and
Yeah, you
everyone have a
too,
good
man.
night.
Take it easy.
See ya.